All right, so we're going to be going over the previous week's trades, or this week's trades. So obviously Monday, Tuesday, we were working. We were working on open. We started at 8, so we weren't able to run either of our strats. We have been working on one for 7 a.m. just because, we got to make sure that we have some form of strat just to make sure that I can trade Monday to Friday, because you've got to keep the consistency up to get the results, which you backtest. If I just trade odd days here and out, you're not going to get that accurate results. So we've been looking at getting a strat for 7 a.m, which doesn't interfere with anything, because, who starts their job at 7 a.m? That's just disgusting. So I've got that in the works. But Monday, Tuesday, last week obviously was all losses. Monday, Tuesday were losses if I were to trade, which was good I didn't. And then Wednesday, obviously all of those losses building up, we finally got our win and we went big. Boy, oh boy, did we go big. Now, I did put a lot of risk into it. Yes, I know. Oh, womp womp. Well, I've got the trade up on my monitor. So looking at it, we entered in at the 8 a.m. The Asia sweep happened. We entered in on our candle and then we ran it up. I entered on 2 accounts. So I entered on one, which I just went straight for 20 pips, which went up about 4%. Then I entered on another one, which it basically went straight into profit. So it didn't tag me in for my second entry, which is annoying. But we basically held that for 35 pips. 35 pips. We passed phase 1 straight like that. So we've got one phase 2 now of our 10 accounts. We absolutely blew that out. We only traded 3 accounts, and then we entered on our third one. We entered at 9.15. We held that one through news, and that one got about £600 profit, or £700, sorry. So we gained 7%. And then we're looking at that. We were looking at, and then Thursday we traded just to try and get 1%. It ended up just going straight for a loss. So we didn't get any profit from that. So we ended up at like 4%. And then we traded today as well. And we won our 8 a.m. and then we lost as well. So if I pull up CTrader, I can have a look and see what the account balances are at. So we've got 3 accounts, one passed, one at 4%, and another one at maybe, I think the second. Let's have a look. God, that noise is loud. So looking at the accounts, we've got one which is passed, one which is up 7%, and one which is up 1%. So 3 accounts, one passed, one up 7, roughly. It's up 6.8. So that's basically I just need 1%. 1.3%, and then it will pass. So that's not too difficult. And then the third one is basically at break even. It's got 0.8% in profit. So this week we've ended only on positives, which is good, very good. Next week we'll work on getting that second one passed and that third one up a bit. We'll probably go slow and low risk for the one which is up and only needs about 1%, just to try and secure it, because there's no point playing high risk when I only need 1%. And then losing like 4% on a trade or 3% on a trade. So we'll play the third one. So we'll play the one which is only up 1%. We'll probably play, risk maybe 1% per entry. So we'll risk 2% using our 8 a.m. strat, hopefully get a 4.5% win. That'll give us up in some nice profit. And then just maybe trade that slow for the rest of the week. Maybe get 3 phase 2s at the end of next week. So hopefully by Wednesday, Thursday, we could have 3 phase 2s and then just run heavy aggro for Thursday, Friday, and hopefully get those accounts up. So that is the next week plan. Hopefully we can stick to it. So we've got, just to run down, 10 accounts, 1 passed, 1 up 7, and 1 up 1%. We've only traded 3, and then 7 accounts all fresh. So these 10 accounts are basically the last accounts I can buy. My credit card is maxed. I've gone all in. I'm able to pay off my credit card. Like, I've done it in a way that makes sense. So don't worry about that. I'm not just gambling credit away for it. But yeah, so 10 accounts, 3 up, none down, none blown. We've pulled in strong for this month. We're basically starting from square one. We just need to pass 5 accounts. We need 50k funding. If we pass all 10, bro, 100k funding, yeah, that pushes us up hard. We can just go straight for 2 25s and then 3 50s and then 100 and then we're max allo. So we're still in phase 1 of the trading plan. Once we've passed phase 1, we then go to phase 2, and then phase 3, and then phase 4, and then phase 5 is max allocation with that one company, and then we enter a new cycle of things, which will probably be like, you know, that we'll go into a video more on that later, but that's basically the weekly updates. So far, it's looking good. It's looking good. The start of this month, the start of June was poor. If you were following along in the Discord, then you would have seen all the trades. Started off pretty weak, but it wasn't anything bad about a strat. It was literally just natural part of the strat. You know, you do get losses as part of this. It happens. You can't complain. Is what is what it is. So, looking at it, it's looking like a good comeback. You know, we're ending this current week. We've ended on break even currently. So halfway through the month, we went down about 8%, and then so lowest we were in was 8%. So it's looking good. 8%, we've brought it back down to break even with a few trades, and now we're at break even for this week. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks of the month, we can run it up to, you know, hopefully 10% prof like we did last month. Last month we ended on 13.5%. So, you know, hoping to aim around the 10% month. That's what we're aiming for. If we can, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. You know, the strat is so OP, it's so powerful. You know, it's not guaranteed wins. Obviously, you know, you're playing probabilities, all of that, but it's looking good so far. We have got it in the premium vault. So if you guys want to, you know, check out all of our strats, we put all of them in our premium vault, as well as all of our premium library has everything you need to learn. So hop in the Discord. You know, we're trying to build it up, people to chat and talk about with trading, get better at it, or, you know, get better at it all. We've got a few people in there talking about, you know, trading and, like, you know, advice on how they'd get better and everything. So it's just good to share knowledge because there's stuff that you can learn from it. But yeah, that's the weekly update. That's the weekly update. And so far, it's looking good. The mental is looking okay. I must admit, last week I was like, fuck, you know, like, I've kind of gone all in. Not all in, like, I've protected myself. I've still got savings. I know what I'm willing to put in and what I'm willing to lose. I know that this is going to work out. It's just about the current situation. I was a bit like, fuck, like, you know, I was just feeling down, like, oh, have I wasted money? Is this going to work out? But, you know, you got down weeks. You got down weeks. This week we're up. And, you know, it's reminded myself that, oh, okay, you know, what goes down comes around, you know? So no stress. But anyways, that's the update. It was nice chatting with you all. Nice catching up. Happy trading, boys, and good luck.